The golden bracelet of Ama Oji. Once upon a time, in a bustling village called Ama Oji, where the air was always alive with the aroma of fresh palm wine and the sound of joyful drumming, there lived a humble house help named Obianuju. Ama Oji was a village of traditions, where elders told moonlight tales, children played by the river, and festivals were grand events that united the people. Obianuju was known far and wide for her tireless work and cheerful spirit. Despite her circumstances, she never complained, even though she worked for Madam Ezinne, the most demanding woman in the village. Madam Ezinne, a woman of pride and wealth, believed in appearances above all else. Her daughter, Ifeoma, inherited her mother's beauty but none of her work ethic. Ifeoma spent her days in front of the mirror, adorning herself with beads, rubbing oils on her skin, and barking orders at Obianuju. Obianuju, fetch me water. Obianuju, bring my slippers. Obianuju, polish my beads. Obianuju obeyed without hesitation, though her heart longed for a better life. One sunny afternoon, a town crier beat his gong, walking through the village square. Hear ye! Hear ye! He called. The king has declared a festival in the palace in 3 days. All maidens are invited, for the king will bestow the golden bracelet of good fortune upon the most deserving. The village buzzed with excitement. The golden bracelet, whispered the market women. Who will the king choose? Madam Ezinne's eyes gleamed with ambition. Ifeoma, this is our chance to shine, she said. She immediately began planning, summoning tailors, jewelers, and hairdressers to prepare Ifeoma's outfit. The night before the festival, Madam Ezinne handed Obianuju a long list of tasks. You must wash Ifeoma's clothes, polish her shoes, and clean the entire house. And you must finish before sundown, she commanded. Obianuju nodded silently. As always, she put her head down and got to work. As Obianuju swept the courtyard, her broom struck something hard. What could this be? She wondered. She dug into the earth with her hands and uncovered an old clay pot. Her curiosity got the better of her, and she opened it. To her amazement, a glowing tortoise emerged. Its shell shimmered with hues of gold and green. Thank you for freeing me, kind soul, the tortoise said in a voice that was both ancient and wise. I am Enchom, the guardian of hidden wisdom. How can I repay you? Obianuju, though startled, replied humbly, I ask for nothing, wise one. I only wish to finish my work in peace. Enchom chuckled. Your heart is pure, Obianuju. Take this pebble. If ever you face trouble, place it under your tongue, and I will come to your aid. Obianuju thanked Enchom and hid the pebble in her wrapper, her heart brimming with wonder. On the day of the festival, the entire village gathered to see the maidens. Ifeoma was adorned in a gown of bright colors, her jewelry glinting in the sunlight. Madam Ezinne fussed over her, ensuring every strand of hair was in place. Remember, Ifeoma, you must impress the king. Meanwhile, Obianuju stayed behind to finish her chores. As she fetched water from the river, she overheard villagers whispering about the festivities. Her heart ached slightly, but she reminded herself of her duty. At the palace, Ifeoma's beauty caught many eyes, but her haughty attitude turned heads for the wrong reasons. When it was her turn to approach the king, she tripped and spilled wine on his robe. Watch where you're going, she snapped at the guard who tried to help her. The king's expression darkened. This bracelet is not for the proud or vain, he declared. It is for the kind-hearted and humble. Madam Ezinne fell to her knees, pleading with the king. But the king shook his head. I will not give such a treasure to one who lacks humility. Just then, an elderly man stepped forward. He was a farmer whom Obianuju had once helped carry a heavy load. Your Majesty, he said, there is a maiden in our village who is truly deserving. Her name is Obianuju. She has a heart as pure as gold. The king's curiosity was piqued. Bring her to me, he commanded. The villagers rushed to fetch Obianuju, who was still by the river. She hesitated, unsure of what was happening. But as the villagers urged her forward, she remembered the pebble Enchem had given her. Placing it under her tongue, she felt an overwhelming sense of calm and confidence. At the palace, Obianuju knelt before the king. "Rise," he said, his voice kind. "Tell me, young maiden, what makes one deserving of the golden bracelet?" Obianuju spoke softly but firmly. "Your Majesty, kindness is not something we do to be seen, it is something we do because it is right. Humility is not weakness but strength, for it shows we value others as much as ourselves." The king smiled, impressed by her wisdom. "You, Obianuju, are the true embodiment of humility and kindness. You are worthy of the golden bracelet." As the bracelet was placed on Obianuju's wrist, a warm light spread through the crowd. The bracelet's magic brought prosperity to her household, healing old wounds and fostering love and respect. Madam Ezinne, humbled by the events, began treating Obianuju like a daughter. Ifeoma learned the value of humility and started helping with household chores. The village celebrated Obianuju's victory, and her story became a lesson passed down for generations. Kindness and humility are treasures that no wealth can buy. May we all strive to have hearts as pure as Obianuju's.